Welcome back. Let's check out the drums to Valerie by Amy Winehouse featuring Mark Ronson. Imagine your band gets asked to play your auntie's wedding. This is the kind of song that you should definitely add to the set list. It always gets people up and dancing, and it's a bit of a classic that you can chuck in at just about any cover show. If you want to just learn the drum beat straight away, let me go through the 2-bar loop that gets played pretty much throughout the entire song. So if that's all you came here for, grab that beat and honestly, you can play it for the whole entire song. The only tricky thing I think is because we're playing quarter notes on the hi-hats, some of those kick drums fit in between the gaps, and sometimes there's a bit of a coordination issue there, especially as you get it up to speed, back to the tempo of the song. But anyway, if we're done there, let's go right back to the very start of the song. There's no snare drum, there's a little bit of a lean on the hi-hats on beat 2 and beat 4, and just kick drums like this. Let me just put the intro and then the beat with the snare drum in it back together so it's not too confusing how the song starts. Let's zoom ahead to just before the chorus. There's a tiny fill on the snare drum that's really easy, and if you listen closely, there's just a couple of really slight open hi-hats, sometimes on beat 3 and then sometimes on beat 1 and 2 as well. I have written that snare drum fill straight, but you'll feel that when you play along to the song, it definitely has a little bit of a swing to it. So see if you can catch that. Anyway, that fill takes us into the chorus, which is the exact same beat, but over on the ride cymbal. At the end of the chorus, we just go straight back over to the hi-hats, playing the exact same beat. There's no fill or anything connecting those two sections. After a little while in this verse though, you'll start to hear those little slushy hi-hats on beat 3 definitely pop up, so that will sound a little bit like this. And halfway through this second lot of verses, there's another fill on the snare drum. Before the pre-chorus this time around, there's another fill. The chorus is just back up onto the ride cymbal once again. At the end of the chorus, there's a tiny little stop that just has a bit of a hiccup on the snare drum, like this. The drums drop out for a couple of bars, and on the way back in, there's a cool little pickup fill. Now, between the tambourine and the hi-hats and all sorts of things, I can't exactly tell what's going on, but I am going to put the hi-hats over the top. If it's a little bit tricky, you could definitely leave them out and just play the kick drum and the snare drum. Anyway, here's how it goes slowly. Carry on with that same beat, and then there's another one of those snare drum fills. And then at the end of this section, before the last chorus, there's another stop that leads back in with another snare drum fill. For the final two choruses, we're back over to the ride cymbal, just playing that exact same pattern, and the only other thing to look at is the fill right at the very end of the song. Here's how it goes. And there we go, that's the drums to Valerie by Amy Winehouse. It's a great one to add if you want to get people up on the dance floor, and it's one of those ones that I think as drummers, often you listen to it once and go, oh yeah, I know how to play that. But there's actually a couple of cool little fills in there, and there's some great sounds between the hi-hats and the ride cymbal that I think are worth looking into a little bit deeper if you want to nail it authentically. There might be a tiny bit of coordination, like I said at the beginning, just because you got those quarter notes on the hi-hats, and the song is pretty quick. But other than that, I hope you have fun, and I hope you've learned something. I'll see you guys soon at the next lesson.